Anchor Church, thanks for taking just a few minutes to watch this video. This is our opportunity to not just introduce you, but hopefully get to know just a little bit our new Anchor Kids director, Chrissy Davis.
Hi everyone!
We are so excited to have the Davises a part of this church, part of this community, and so excited to have Chrissy on board, leading the charge in our kids ministry. This is just going to be the introduction, scratching the surface of a little bit of information about Chrissy. Hopefully you can get to know her a little bit through the video, but I want to challenge you, get to know the Davises. Invite them over for dinner, go out for coffee. There's a whole world of restaurants in Missoula they need to get familiar with.
Yes.
So do that as well as watch this video. But we'd love to take a chance, Chrissy, for our church to get to know just a little bit about you, your family. Let's start with family. You are married, you have kids. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I'm married to my husband, Chris. We are high school sweethearts. Oh, I know. So we've been married for 13 years and we have 3 boys, Ezra who's 9, Jonah who's 8, and Jude who just turned 4. So it's loud and messy all the time at our house and I love it.
Amazing. Tell us a little bit about your journey to Missoula. You are fresh to Missoula.
Yes.
From where? What's the abbreviated version of how you got here?
Yes, so our family is from Portland, Oregon. I was born and raised in that city, and for about the last 10 years, Missoula has been our vacation destination. So
Awesome.
Almost every summer and a couple winters, we've come here to be with some family friends, and through that process, we have met Spencer and some other people here in Missoula. And when we found out that Spencer and some of his friends were starting a church, we came to visit last August, so not a few months ago, but before that. And we have some church plant in our blood, and we came and we're a part of Anchor in some of the pre-launch services, I think, and God began to kind of stir my heart. And I remember I made a joke that like, maybe I need to go be part of their like kids ministry, like, ha ha ha. And we were like, oh yeah, that will never happen. And fast forward to this last summer, a lot of different things changed in our life and in the church that we were a part of. And we really felt like God was opening so many doors for us to come, live in our favorite city, and be a part again of a new, vibrant church plant.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to be here.
Amazing. We're spoiled to have you. It's amazing to see how God's worked. Hearing from your side, but also on our side, how God just orchestrated this. We're so excited. New to Missoula, love Missoula.
Yes.
We love Missoula. I'm sure you watching love Missoula, because what's not to love? What about Missoula, experience-wise, have you been able to enjoy already? What have you seen, done? What about Missoula has already captured your heart?
I mean, so many things, but pretty much every Saturday I'm at the farmer's market, like as soon as they open. I love farmer's markets, and this one is like the best. I do that, and then my kids are obsessed with Karis Park.
So
going on the carousel and just walking by the water. I mean, really the best part about Missoula to me is like, I go outside and it's like, the mountains are here. Like, just like, it's so different than the city, right? It's just gorgeous. And that's really like everything I can do to be outside is how we're experiencing it the most.
Amazing.
And then of course, like we're going and getting ice cream all of the time. Like that has to happen on a regular basis. I was like, do they stay open during the winter? Like how, like they must, right? So that's our favorite.
I don't know if we want to open this door, the big ice cream debate, but do you guys have a current favorite ice cream spot?
I mean, what's the classic one? Big Dipper. So I really don't, I feel like we haven't experienced many other kinds of ice cream. So I don't want to be like, it's the best when I've had like Dairy Queen and that's it. To compare it up against, Dairy Queen's fine if that's your favorite. But it's the best in my opinion.
Big Dipper's the best.
Okay, good.
There's strong opinions otherwise, but Big Dipper. Tell us a little bit about your spiritual journey. I know that also could be a long answer, but what's your walk with the Lord look like?
Yeah, so a little bit about how I grew up. I didn't grow up going to church. I know a lot of people have, and that's not my story. My family was pretty tumultuous, and both my parents struggled with addiction and still do to this day. And so I ended up moving out when I was a teenager and found my way into a youth group that my boyfriend was going to at that time. And God just grabbed a hold of my heart through that experience. And like at my first summer camp, they talked about the love of the Father, which was something I hadn't personally experienced, this unconditional love that chases you regardless of what you've done or who you are. And I decided I want to know more of that and began, discovering who Jesus was. And honestly, like I haven't turned back since that decision at 17.
Amazing.
And kind of dove full into the church community and serving in the church, and like the family of God is very real for me. And as imperfect as it can be, seeing who Jesus is through his body is like my favorite thing.
Yeah. Incredible. You alluded to some children's ministry experience, former church planting in your blood. Tell us just a little bit about your children's ministry experience that you bring to the table, some of your education, church experience. What's that look like?
Yeah, so when I started going to college the second time, I went for an early childhood degree. So I have an associate's in that. You can get that in 2 years. I thought I was going to start a daycare. That was kind of the plan. And then, like, as soon as I graduated, the people who had been our youth pastors were going to plant a church, and we were like, obviously, we have to be a part of that. So from day one, I was the children's coordinator, children's pastor, and we started with like 4 kids for like a month, and they were basically like the leaders' kids at the time, right? And every Sunday we grew a little bit, and by the time that we transitioned out of that role, I did that for 7 years. We grew to 2 services and had about 100 kids, and I got to manage all the volunteers and just teach the kids who Jesus was every Sunday, and it was awesome.
Awesome. So there is an Anchor kid or multiple Anchor kids watching right now. They haven't had a chance to get to know you very well, but you are ready to take Anchor kids on. What do you want to say to any Anchor kids watching?
So I asked my kids what I should say to these kids. And I told them what I was going to say at first is, I'm so excited to meet you. If I haven't met you, Sundays are going to be our favorite day of the week.
Yes.
Just know it. We're going to learn about your pets. We're going to learn about your best friends, what things you love about school, what things maybe you don't love about school, and Jesus, who wants to be your best friend forever. And I can't wait to get to know you guys and create our favorite spot together.
Awesome. Love it. Anchor Kids parents are likely watching right now. They are entrusting their babies, their kids, their children into Anchor Kids ministry. What do you want to say to any Anchor parents watching?
I can't wait to meet you guys as well. I know what it's like to be a parent, and it can be really hard. And the people that we have in our lives who are cheering our kids on, regardless of what stage or phase that they might be going through, as exciting or hard as it could be, I want to get to be that for you guys and invite that, your voice into our lives as well, so that we can raise our kids to know and follow Jesus together. Yeah. And I don't take that for granted, so I can't wait to link arms with all of you. Amazing.
Chrissy, we're so thrilled, excited, visionary about bringing you guys on board. I think it's the hand of God at work, and couldn't be more excited for the future of the Davis' life, Anchor Church, Anchor Kids. Church, we love you. Anchor Kids, we love you, and so excited for what God has done, but so excited to experience what God is about to do. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching.